So what I wanted to talk about today was that design systems are inherently a people problem. And that's a really broad statement. But even before you think about what to design, what to code, what should be in the design system, it's already a thing. Who's going to do it? How are you going to work together? Do you have a team already? Do you have to somehow get resources from everywhere to somehow make it happen inside of desk? Even as a team or a collective making it, there's lots of interpersonal stuff to work out. Maybe you're not just designers, maybe you're developers, testers, product people, content designers. And so learning how to be as a team can be quite difficult. Actually, for a lot of companies, having any kind of function which looks after a design system is a new thing. It cuts across all of the product teams and provides value to all of them. And depending on the structure that you have, maybe there isn't anything else which works like that. So for lots of people, this whole idea of this entity, this group, this team, which then provides value to the product teams, might be a new structure. And with any new structure, there's lots of communication and education about why this exists, how to work together. And so when you think about the people aspect, and this is something I'll talk about a lot more later, it's a sense of not just who's going to do the work in the team, it's about how we keep that cycle of reaching out to people, listening and learning, and staying humble along the way. The people in the product teams know far more about their end users and the rationale behind a lot of choices than the centralized design system team ever will. So you've got things like adoption comes up, and why should anyone want to use your design system? It's not a foregone conclusion that because you think it's a good idea, they're going to jump for joy at having to adopt it. If you think about contribution, again, why should anyone? Let's not go in thinking that, of course, everyone will see what I see, and this will be a success. Everyone's got their own backlogs, their own work to do. And so again, it's trying to work out, how does the design system fit into that? How does it make it better for them? How are we empowering them to do the work they already need to do? So a lot of these things are about listening a lot and learning from everyone else rather than components. Somehow you need to be able to understand the environment that your design system is going to exist in and see how it's going to provide value. If we're adding time and friction to all of these workflows from all these product teams, why would they adopt it? And it's really hard. One of the things we can do, though, is try and bring people on the journey as early as possible. And one of the classics that I've heard time again would be a marketing team being left out, because predominantly it might be seen as it's a product team kind of endeavor. Then one day, someone turns to the marketing team and says, oh, you need to use the design system. They've not been on that journey, and you could be forgiven for feeling like, what is this? Why are you imposing this upon us? But if people are included in the journey, at whatever depth, all the way along, they can feel they're aware, they're included, and they have a voice. So all of these things are quite human things. It's all about people more than what your brand colors are or anything. Because you need to be able to get stuff done. You need teams to be able to understand the value. You need to be able to provide value to them demonstrably. And it can't just be a theoretical exercise. We have to somehow make what we do work for product teams and provide them value. They're our customers. They're our audience. Actually, we might have a number of different kinds of audience. So I'll talk another time about communication and collaboration and these things. But a lot of what a design system can do on the people front is in a way be a vehicle for all the stuff we already wanted to do. We wanted to be collaborative. We wanted to have good communication. We wanted design to be consistent, be implemented really, really well. Really, a design system can be that vehicle for change. And so going back to the structure, if we do have a number of product teams, that could manifest itself in any number of ways. Maybe everyone's working remotely. Maybe everyone's co-located. Each of these teams could be working in different time zones. And so how we form these relationships, how people go on that journey together, will look really, really different. But underpinning a design system has to be the people bit. And you can do that really, really early, way before you've talked about your design tools or your code. So if you comment below and let me know what works for you, any challenges you've had, it'd be really interesting to hear your stories.